please subscribe and don't forget to press the bell icon to get notified whenever we upload a new video.
Well, what about the US Federal Reserve? I mean, there is a huge fiscal deficit that will come probably because of the cut in taxes and the expenditure. And at the same time, if you have problems of tariffs, that also increases the cost to the economy or inflation. So should we expect very quick increases in Federal Reserve rates? And if that happens, what happens to countries like India? Will there be a problem of financial dislocation?
Okay, India is less exposed than most. But yes, I mean, I think we are looking at faster Fed rate hikes than previously anticipated. This tax cut is as an economic stimulus, it's very badly designed, but it still increases the deficit quite a lot. If we have tariffs, that also is inflationary. Probably not exactly expansionary, but anyway, it's and the Fed. There's been a noticeable shift in tone from the Fed. I've been, we look a lot. I follow insider tip. Follow Lael Brainerd, who is probably the most dovish member of the board, and also one of my students, by the way. But anyway, but she is sounding much more hawkish right now, and that's an indication that I think the Fed is heading for higher rates. Now, India is not heavily exposed with large dollar debts. Some other emerging nations could be really quite badly hit.
Well, I will try and take questions from the audience. So the mics will come to you. Let me just fit in one more question before the mics go, please, to this table. Professor, what about China itself? I mean, Xi Jinping has just gotten himself elected probably for life. How do you see Chinese instability panning out?
Yeah. By the way, this is a huge disappointment for global optimists. I mean, one thing that we had hoped was that economic progress and gradual democratization would go hand in hand worldwide. That we would be seeing, no one expected China to turn into India politically overnight, but we were hoping that it would move forward, and instead it's moving backwards to strongman rule. Now, China, I would say that China is a financial crisis waiting to happen. Trouble is, I've been saying that for about 7 years. So, but that doesn't mean it isn't still true. China is a wildly unbalanced economy with still investment of almost 50% of GDP, sharply diminishing returns to investment, not enough consumption demand to justify the investment, unable, even with all that, to generate the kind of growth rates that would justify the investment. And what they've been doing is they've been sustaining it with a credit bubble. And you keep on thinking that one of these days it's going to crash. It keeps not happening, but we do have something we call Dornbusch's law after one of my old teachers, which is that the crisis takes longer to happen than you could possibly imagine, and then when it comes, it happens faster than you can possibly imagine. So I do think that there's a significant risk of a Chinese bubble burst, and having a government which is strongman rule, lack of deep-seated political legitimacy is not something you want at a time like that.